It's Rebels Party! Wait, but the real party didn't happen on the dance floor. It happened in the drama department. Like, TJ came in like a headline act, Maya stole the spotlight, and Romeich, well, let's just say he's playing the ringmaster. Stick around while we dissect this drama and see who's the rebel now. All this coming up on Real Talk. Okay, so let's just stage here for a moment. So it's Rebel's birthday party. You know, vibes nice, everybody dressed to the T, and you know, the tune them load and everything. But what started as a celebration quickly turned into chaos, right? Now, TJ-Thuglife, a very well-known Jamaican TikToker, apparently was allegedly ushered off the stage by security, and he wasn't really sure what was the reason for that. Now, everyone is trying to understand this whole drama and see where it all started. So first I want to share a clip here of what Romeich had to say. Here we go.
Now bear in mind, I'm the one that is setting everything on the stage, and I know when to call, who to call out, when to call out, where to call out. While recording, TJ and Moya security them catch up because I'm that come on the stage and the man do them job. They must say nobody enough to come right here, so I make the middle part for walk away, stay fine. TJ say you alright. Walk up back, security ease him off. Him and the security catch up and him say, don't touch me, and them start first. I'm say to him, I say TJ, just humble and man, I do them work, do what I do. Fine. Him walk off and some cussing and something going on with him and the security them. And I message him while I'm up on the stage and I say, bro, and everywhere you go, you feel tough, you feel bad, we can give and take, and the man them just do them work. I ask him 3:45, message him that. And he message me back, say Romeich a styling thing and Ray. Me ignore it, me not say nothing.
Okay, all right. So then apparently while leaving the venue, you know, TJ says Romeich had TJ saw Romeich and basically made mention of what happened on the stage, which basically asking them, why, the man them a deal with me like that and all of these things, which basically led to two other men who were actually standing around Romeich, basically cursed at TJ. So apparently those men, cursed at TJ and he returned the favor with a curse word, which basically escalated the incident even further. So let's just try to understand a little bit more about this. Here's TJ in his own words.
While I was leaving the venue, Mr. Romeich and couple man stand up. While me I walk past Romeich now, I stopped to Romeich and I said, dog, how the man them deal me up on the stage, bro? I'm a walk off. I did not anything. I said, Romeich, how the man them deal me up on the stage, brother? I'm a walk off. While me I walk off now, one of the man them where they around him, select him say, yo. So I turn around and I say, when I go no matter, I'm a step. Me personally believe say Romeich would have known say I know him me attack, because remember the little thing we go on with the security them, I guess at them they around him. So when that man tell me about mother, me I say alright them more than like the same little security boy them. So me I say alright then you tell me about mother, me say go no mother. You see me? This was not directed to Romeich, none at all.
All right, so this is a total disappointment, like a total disappointment. Like, to be honest, people, I'm gonna be real honest here. I'm not a TikTok fan. Like, I'm not a fan of TikTok. I think that TikTok is just the devil because it just drains your mind. And I think it can be useful, but I think it's just more filth than useful. Because we invest so much time in it. Like, I found myself when I downloaded TikTok for the first time and I saw some videos that I liked and I was enjoying it. And then I realized that so many time has gone by me sitting down and watching TikTok videos. So just to let that be clear, I'm really not a big fan of TikTok. I just really saw this story blowing up like crazy. And, I was like, what is going on? So that's how I ended up back on TikTok to actually find out what was going on. Right. But like, if what TJ here is saying is the absolute truth, like everything that he said, that how it went down, how it started, what happened, then this is completely ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. Like, let me just start here for a moment. First off, I'm not paying. I don't care how rich. I don't care how rich I am. There's no way I'm spending $200,000 for a cabana or for VIP. For what? For a couple of hours? Like, I'm not doing that. That's never happening. But to each his own, right? When I also took a look at the flyer of what was being offered for the 200, I'm not paying for that. According to Moya, when they got there, their table was the only table that had no liquor, nobody serving. They had to be bawling out them throat all, begging nonstop to get served. And they actually got served when the party was literally ending.
Everything there's problem. Till at one point, me all start feel sudden like me not in no vibes. Even when I reach the party, me not feel the energy. Me I try drink fish, really. That nice party vibe, I not feel it because I be a problem. Everybody else will pay for them cabana, liquor they on them table before them even reach. Our cabana, our table empty. We have to ball out with show tool. I try to find back service girl forget we buckle them.
But then let's say, you pay for your 200,000 cabana for the VIP service, and then actually going there and not being served. Right? Everyone else who paid their 200 is getting service, getting great service and whatever, but you're not. So my question now is, the questions that are being raised is, was it a logistic issue where, you maybe never have enough girls, everybody wants to managing properly. So basically, you're a bit short staffed. What was it? Or was this really intentional? Those are my questions. Right? Now, you see, Maya's intuition kicked in before she even got to that party. Things were going wrong. Like, I'm a person, if you're not well prepared, I mean, little things can go glitches right there and there. But when things are going wrong, where you schedule an appointment to do something and you don't do it because of whatever, and I believe people should rely on their intuition.
Everything there's problem. Till at one point, me all start feel sudden like me not in no vibes. Even when I reach the party, me not feel the energy. Me I try to drink fish, really. That nice party vibe, I not feel it because I be a problem. Trail sign said go, like don't come here. So and then even when I reach there, it's like gotta say go, just go home. Cause at one point, all my vibes broke. I just there say no, so I go home.
Right. So Maya was intuition kicked in and she ignored it, where she was getting all the signs not to go. Even when she was there, she was getting signs to leave and she didn't act on it. No, you see, we as a woman, we should always trust our intuition. That little voice that's in the back of your head, or that little gut feeling in your stomach, yes, listen to it. That is God protecting you, and trust and believe me when I say that is God, right? Or if y'all want to take it, it's the universe. Yes, it's the universe telling you. The universe is talking to you. But in regards to Romeich and what he's saying about, managing the stage and all of that, I've worked with the cleaning company. I've worked with event planning and, trust me, I get the management part and the decisions that you have to make at the time in regards to the stage and how it's managed, and it's not blocked whenever a certain person is supposed to come on stage and whatever. And then you just have some unruly people who just want them on the stage and block up the whole way. For what reason, I don't know. I mean, these things happen. You just have to know how to deal with the situation, how to talk to people and handle the situation. Not everybody's going to respond the same way another person responds. So you need to know how to deal with persons with different personalities and how to handle those situations. That's how it works. Right? Now, TJ got attacked by two men that were standing with you, right? So TJ, according to TJ, as he said, he was heading to the car park and, he saw Romeich with some other guys standing there. He doesn't know what they were doing. And basically, he said to him, yo, what on, right? That's so like, what's all of that on the stage about? And, he walked off. No, when he walked off, he heard, somebody calling his name like Andre, TJ, whatever. Only for see man come and beat him up. For what reason? Right? And you just basically casually stand there and you have nothing to say. You didn't move. You didn't go towards him and be like, yo, on the bill, one out of that, nothing. That means you were fine with it. You were completely okay with it because apparently it stated that you gave the command. All right? Now, how do you expect anybody to believe now that you had no ill intentions to hurt TJ at any point, or why they have been treated that way since their arrival? They want to know more like, was it intentional for the fact that you send man for beat up the man? So we want to know if their one is a case you don't like the man and you're just playing, goody two shoe, whenever you needed to in order to get what you wanted. No, TJ said he replied back to the curse words. However, they were not directed to you. But even if they were, you have no right. You have no right to do what you did. Right? Also, the mere fact, after he got the beat down, according to TJ, right? He came back from the parking lot and headed back to where you were. And you just stood there and he's asking, like, what was that for? And while in the midst of having that, trying to have that conversation with you, two men come again and punch him in his face. Like, really? Really? And you just still casually stood there. Basically, right now, this is screaming to me like this is a normal thing for you. Like, just another normal day in Major or Romeich's life. I have to deal with this on a regular basis, so why should I get involved? That's just how it comes off to me. You see, sometimes we see people and they have money, the nicest cars, the bling, the girl, the connections. And we think, wow, I want to be like him. I want to be like this person. But I don't think we really understand what wealth and leadership is. A true leader has to develop their mind. So you can't come out of the ghetto or the slum and have this behavior. You had this behavior. Let's say, for instance, you grew up, all you knew was the costs for war, for this, for that. And then eventually, if you figure out your way, some way of starting earning some money and whatever. You see, if you don't invest in your mind, if you don't change your mindset, you're not wealthy. There's no way you're going to be wealthy. Wealth has nothing to do with money. You just have money. That's just what it is. Being rich is being mentally rich, know how to handle things, deal with people, and actually be happy. Right? Why would you be wanting to scamming people out of those things? You need to understand that we need to develop our minds. Right? Once you do that, once you start developing your minds, everything will just start to be running a bit more smoother for you. Right? Now, what Romeich did here is completely despicable. Sets no example for the future people coming up in this business. Honestly, what really happening to our kids? Like, are we really looking at what is happening to our kids? And if you really take a really big look into it and be honest with ourselves, right now, literally, almost every celebrity that was at Rebel's party are people that our children follow and idolize on social media. And on social media. And this is the example that we're setting for them. Right? Like, if your boy violates you violate him and make him know and play. Like, what are we teaching our children? What we are teach people? Because you got adults who act like they're kids and need somebody to influence them and tell them how to deal with things. Right? Now, Romeich, you must be held accountable for your actions. I mean, you said it, and I agree with you. You should be held accountable for your actions, right? Different from the off-duty cop that is when is being investigated by Indicom, you definitely should be held accountable. If it's TJ and Moya wanting to sue you or whatever the hell it is, you definitely need to be held accountable. The thing is that what we're not looking at is that these people could have lost their lives. They could have died. What could have they are mourning and say, oh God, so rip Moya, rip TJ, so sad. Like, we don't want your gonna rip. We want to hear people enjoy themselves, go back to them yard and all right. Right? And then the so-called mantus, it ain't men. It's not man or it's not men. It's the mantus that hit Moya like because she's defending her man. All on need to get charged and get flinged in jail. Like you all literally need to be charged and thrown in jail. I'm telling you, we don't respect each other and much less we don't respect women. Because how can you hit the human being that actually bring men into this world? Like clearly, you're not have a mother out of sky you drop. Clearly. You see the industry, all of y'all need a cleanse. Like I swear, because if this is how things happen and no one is held accountable, I want to stay far from y'all. Like this industry is just crazy. Now, Spice had a few things to say about the incident as well. So, as well, all of you should also know that Spice is not the biggest fan of Romeich because of past events, especially since the incident is similar to many. Let me make it clear. I'm not. There's a lot of things that Spice says that I don't agree with. But I'm a person that when you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. Right? And I believe that a lot of us need to stand up for each other. I don't want anybody to take this in because there are things that have happened in the past where, you know, other females were dealt the same way, even worse than Moya, and nobody had nothing to say. All of a sudden, no people want to talk about, you know, abuse and women this and women that. I think everybody needs to be spoken for. Not only Moya. Other women in the industry and outside of the industry and people in their regular lives need to be spoken for. Right? But anyways, she said some stuff that I really agree with. So let's hear what she had to say.
And give one stab at him dead. And then when that lock up Moya and say Moya to go to prison, and then all of Moya life gone down the drain. Because of your command. And you come back and say sorry and feel like you put a band-aid over it and everything for us hush. You see, sometimes when we do things, we don't think about the severity of nobody else. And this is how Romeich is. Because you come to the defense of your family. In a situation like this where you could have taken somebody's life, you come to the defense of your family, but you don't realize that everybody have family. The whole of we have family, to feed. A long time you have fight against people. So that's why I want to know what kind of riches you have. Because you don't rich in your mind, you're not rich in your thoughts, you're not rich in your spirit. I don't understand how you have achieved so much, how God has blessed you with so much, but still you want to stop a next man food. But you're not really apologizing now. A lot of people don't know the difference between apology and damage control. You're basically a marketing genius like myself, yeah, sometimes, but you're just a marketing genius.
Now, some people are saying that Spice never had to come and start talking Jack. Like, you know, she never have to say nothing. She could just sit there and like, let's be honest, and I'm going to be real here. Spice was just, I think Spice saw that and I saw that moment as the best clap back for him. Like, I think she had a lot of things festered up with what he did to her, and she just saw this opportunity and clapped back. And I get why she did it. And at the same time, she spoke some truth in regards to what she's saying. Right? But she took this opportunity. Trust me, she took advantage of this opportunity to clap back at him. And so she did. Right? Especially one of the things that really stood out was when Mr. Vegas, you know, they attack. I think Spice had said something about, you know, how he tell them to exchange, you know, pawn lions and TikTok. So when you reach home, you send me one lion and this and that. There was something in regards to that around there. And then Mr. Vegas was saying that, you know, Spice should have took the initiative to warn the upcoming celebs about Romeich instead of wanting to come out and bash him when everything already gone sour. But in all honesty, I really don't agree with that. Like, let's say, for instance, Spice been through this with this man, right? Now, imagine Spice coming into Romeich's camp. Now, remember, these are Romeich's people. These are who are parent Romeich. And only for Spice to come and start texting me one away or reaching out to me one away to say, hey, be careful of Romeich because there's a lot of things, whatever. The mere fact that I trust Romeich, I would probably say, yo, I might not say Spice's name, but I might say, yo, brother, may I hear things about you? What's going on? You know, whatever. And even if I do, I'm going to mention, some people would probably mention Spice's name. Then when that happened, no, Romeich gonna be like, come on, you know how we are as Jamaicans. We can't keep nothing quiet or deal with things under the quiet. We have to be loud about it. Only for when you hear Romeich come and say, oh, Spice is trying to this and Spice is trying to that. Spice is trying to influence people about me doing this and me doing that and she can't prove it and blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't think it would have been a good idea for her to have reached out to anybody to warn anybody about anything. I believe that there are some lessons that have to be learned on your own. Everybody can't tell one about everything. You have to learn some things because sometimes you need that hard lesson so that when it happen again or when it look like it's gonna happen again, you prevent it, you stop it before it even come about. Right? Because now I am sure Moya and TJ will never let anyone do this to them again. And going forward, they're gonna take people's so-called kindness with a grain of salt. Right? And Spice is right. That was not an apology from Romeich, but basically damage control. A real apology, you will see it and feel it. It wasn't an apology. It's damage control. I'm doing this because, my sponsors think about and, I'm just trying to make this blow over as quick as possible. It wasn't. But this is my final take on everything. 1, Romeich, you're wrong. So wrong. That as you said, you're going to have to accept the consequences that comes. And I do hope all the other artists and influencers learn from this and try to do better as persons who impact people's lives every day. 2, there's something Moya said in her YouTube video, which was like, me hear someone when say TJ and a bad man. Then she went on to reply like, you ever hear bad man are more than one man a beat one man. Badness is one-on-one. When one-on-one, when two man and man, one man and one man a fight, that's when you're determining who is bad. So what I want to say about this, so if by chance you have declared yourself as a bad man or have done so in the past or acted like one or is one or, you portrayed any of that in any way to anyone, I believe you should drop that life. Like, drop that type of behavior. Because I believe that you mirror what you do, who you are. So whatever you attract to yourself, you're going to mirror that. You're going to do it. So if you're calling yourself a bad man, you're going to be a bad man. And then people who are in that same area and feel of you, whenever you have an altercation, I'm going to consider you a bad man. They might say, all right, you're a bad man. I'm going to deal with you like a bad man. You understand? What you put out in the universe is what you get. Something as simple as your nickname, TJ-Thuglife, I would strongly consider changing that. Like, thug life, you're gonna be living a thug life. Do you know what a thug life, what a thug lives like? You said it's thug life. Basically it's saying what a thug lives like. What's a thug to be known in the American standard? What do we know about thugs? So sometimes we have to imagine these things, like think about what we do and what we put into ourselves and what we name ourselves. Like, you can't name yourself thug life. So I could say, if you want to keep it, it's up to you, but I would strongly recommend that you do. Attraction is a very powerful thing, right? What we attract is what we get. So just take my foolish advice. And 3 and final point, Moya, you are a beautiful girl. And the support you give TJ that night, hats off to you for, defending yourself and defending your spouse, your family, right? You and TJ have to understand you're an influencer and people are gonna come in your life and pretend that they care about you, but they don't. And to be honest, most of your followers, they act like they care about you and they actually don't. Best believe me when I tell you that, right? But, when they pretend to care about you, they really don't. Because they're only focused on what they can get out. Because they're only focused on what they can get out of you, how they can gain from you, and that's it. So now that you're in the public's eyes, you guys cannot easily just be trusting people because they say, oh, this is an opportunity. Yeah, it's an opportunity with a grain of salt. No, I heard you said, Maya, that you can never, you're dead to me. And that's fine if he wants to be dead to you. But let me tell you something. Make sure you forgive Romeich, not for him, but for you, your peace of mind. Because you see, you talk about God in your video. You say, oh, a one God, Well, let me tell you something. When you die with, with that in your heart, you're going straight to hell. So for the sake in life of you, forgive him, but don't you dare forget. Hate is not something nice to carry around. Forgive him, but don't you ever forget, so that he can never do that to you again, and nobody else can ever do that to you again. All right, people, that is it for today's show. Remember to leave a comment below so that you can be featured on the next show. Join us tomorrow for a brand new episode. See you then.